My name is Sammy Davis Jr. And I gotta tell you something, I believe in
Hillary Clinton.
and I have for a long time. You know, each year when I come into
Hillary Clinton.
to host a Variety Club telethon, I see a
Woman president.
the heart
Hillary Clinton.
has genuine concern for its greatest assets,
More good-paying jobs.
and kids. Especially the kids who started life not as lucky as most. These kids have been helped by the
Hillary Clinton.
Variety Club, a club that the people of
Hillary Clinton.
have nurtured and watched grow into a tremendously successful force. You might say that the
Hillary Clinton.
Variety Club mirrors the
Satanical fantasy of Hillary Clinton.
from the
Heavenly cameras.
down to the
Income inequality.
oh yeah, I believe it.
Hillary Clinton.
Once again, my name is Sammy Davis Jr. and on behalf of everyone connected with the
Hillary Clinton's
Variety Club, thank you very, very much.
Infrastructure jobs with an infrastructure bank, putting people to work, repairing our roads, building what we need to be competitive and strong. It's also why I've said, hey, I want to combat climate change, and the best way to do that is to create more clean energy jobs. Those are good jobs. They can't be exported because we're going to be putting solar panels and wind, turbines up. We're going to be doing things right here at home that will not only combat climate change, but create new jobs and new businesses. I have advocated for profit sharing, like Market Basket, which I'm sure you're aware of, right?
You abandoned me. I don't live here anymore.
I want to believe you, but I can't. You've hurt me too many times.
Just a vacancy. I don't live here anymore.
But can you say it twice?
Just a vacancy.
We have waited for long enough. Each will pay for each will go.
You abandoned
More
me.
good jobs and above all, hardworking Americans across our country. Good paying jobs are the ticket.
You abandoned
That's the difference between running for president and being president.
One of the things that Senator Sanders points to, and a lot of your critics point to, is you made 3 speeches for Goldman Sachs. You were paid $675,000 for 3 speeches. Was that a mistake? I mean, was that a bad error in judgment?
Look, I made speeches to lots of groups. I told them what I thought. I answered questions.
But did you have to be paid $675,000?
Well, I don't know. That's what they offered. So, every Secretary of State that I know has done that.
But that's usually once they're office and not running for an office again.
Well, I didn't
must
know.
have known.
To be honest, I wasn't committed to running. I didn't know whether I was.
You didn't think you were going to run for president?
I didn't. When I was Secretary of State, several times I said, I think I'm done. And, so many people came to me, started talking to me. The circumstances, the concerns I had about the Republicans taking back the White House, because I think they wrecked what we achieved in the 90s with 23 million new jobs and incomes going up for everybody. I did not want to see that happen again.
Has a right to know what was said. But let's make that bigger. Are you willing to release the transcripts of all your paid speeches? We do know through reporting that there were transcription services for all of those paid speeches. In full disclosure, would you release all of them?
I will look into it. I don't know the status, but I will certainly look into it. But I can only repeat what is the fact, that I spoke to a lot of different groups with a lot of different constituents, a lot of different kinds of members about issues that had to do with world affairs. I probably described more times than I can remember how stressful it was advising the president about going after bin Laden. So my view on this is, look at my record. Look at what I am proposing. And
I know it's great that we're a very forward-looking country, and I love that mostly, but I don't want us to live in a state of collective amnesia about what we were facing. I was in the Senate when the Bush administration...
Voice 5. Privacy policy close. Which of the following brands are you aware of? Special K Nature Valley. Vector Harvest Crunch. 1 of 5, only 5 question easy. How likely are you to purchase Vector granola the next time you buy cereal? Definitely not, maybe, absolutely. 2 of 54 questions left. Ready? Are you male or female? How old are you? 3 and 4 of 51 question left. How many times a week do you participate in physical activity? 5 of 5, you made it. Last one. How many times a week do you participate in physical activity? 5 of 5, you made it. Last one. Close. Thank you for answering all of the questions.
Let's not forget
Have a
where we
great
started
day.
from.
Close.
And I would do
Close.
my best, and I would,
Thank you. Have
ask
a great
you.
day.
You're
Close.
reporters. You care about the
Close.
facts.
Thank you.
Let's
Have a
have a
great day.
debate
Close.
on what the evidence is.
Thank you.
Not
Have a
act
great
like
day.
yesterday
Close.
never happened,
Close.
and the problems
Thank
that
you.
we're dealing with
Have a great day. Close.
are just
Close.
out of nowhere.
Thank
No,
you. Have a great
there
day.
were
Close.
reasons why we ended
Close.
up in the
Thank you.
Great
Have a
Recession.
great day. Close.
We've had to deal with
Close.
those. There's a lot more
Thank
work
you.
still to be done.
Have a
But boy,
great
I'm
day.
glad where we
Close.
are now
Close.
than where we
Thank
were.
you. Have a great day. Close. Close. Thank 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 you. Have a great day.
Because when presented with the alternatives, it certainly seemed like the better choice.
Complex and yes, a dangerous world. Protecting America's national security can never be an afterthought. Our commander-in-chief has to be able to defend our country, not embarrass it. Engage our allies, not alienate them. Defeat our adversaries, not embolden them. When we hear a candidate for president call for rounding up 12 million immigrants, banning all Muslims from entering the United States, when he embraces torture, that doesn't make him strong, it makes him wrong. And yes, our next president has to bring our country together so we can all share in the promise of America. We should be breaking down barriers, not building walls. We're not going to succeed by dividing this.
Each year on my birthday, every American gets a cupcake.
Yes. My husband.
Straight up!
I did not
have sexual relations with that woman.
Hillary Clinton.
These allegations are false.
I think you're really gonna like the Hillary Clinton that my team and I have created for this debate. She's warm but strong, flawed yet perfect, relaxed but racing full speed toward the White House like the T-1000 from Terminator.
That nigga won, guy. Hold up. Look out for the cops. Cash fools. Hold up. 2 5 over here, baby.
Hold up. At the bottom half of America lies on the line that doesn't protect our way of life. And what they were protecting is an American democracy of one person, one vote. At the bottom half of America lies on the line to defend us and protect our way of life. And what they were protecting is as millennials, your voice is important. You're the ones who will decide this election because there are so many of you. So many. And luckily, Hillary Clinton, share all of your exact same beliefs. And I always have. From the beginning of my campaign, I always said we need a revolution in the streets. Millions of people coming together. Not just in I'm angry too, because the top 10% of the top 1% control 90% of the wealth. And I've always said that, ever since I was a young boy growing up in Brooklyn. And when it comes to that darn Wall Street, I've always believed no bank can be too big to fail, no executive too, it's that famous mobilizing sentence that works on you guys that I've been saying this whole time. So thank you for lending your support to the biggest outsider Jew in the race, Hillary Clinton. There's a lot of work to be done, and that is why I am sick and tired of hearing about my old damn neighbor. This message was made by Hillary Clinton. I'm whoever you want me to be, and I approve this message. I'm trying here, guys. Go back to your Bernland. Back to Bernland.
against same-sex marriage, now you're for it. You defended President Obama's immigration policies, now you say they're too harsh. You supported his trade deal dozens of times, you even called it the gold standard. Now suddenly last week, you're against it. Will you say anything to get elected?
Well, actually, I have been very consistent over the course of my entire life. I have always fought for the same values and principles.
Do you think New York State should recognize gay marriage? No. Okay.
I believe that marriage is not just a bond, but a sacred bond between a man and a woman.
I have not supported same-sex marriage. I've supported civil partnerships and contractual relationships. I support marriage for lesbian and gay couples. I support it personally and as a matter of policy and law.
So you're saying your opinion on gay marriage changed, or you changed your mind?
I have to say, I think you are very persistent, but you are playing with my words and playing with what is such an
I'm just trying to clarify so I can understand.
No, I don't think you are trying to clarify. I think you're trying to say that, I used to be opposed and now I'm in favor and I did it for political reasons, and that's just flat wrong. So let me just state what I feel like you are implying and repudiate it. I have a strong record. I have a great commitment to this issue, and I am proud of what I've done and the progress we're making.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I just want to clarify what I was saying. No, I was saying that you maybe really believe this all along, but, believe in gay marriage all along, but for political reasons, America wasn't ready yet and you couldn't say it. That's what I was thinking.
No, that is not true. It really is great how long you've supported gay marriage.
Yeah.
I could have supported it sooner. Well, you did it pretty soon. Fair point.
Just in July, New Hampshire, you told the crowd you, quote, take a backseat to no one when it comes to progressive values.
I take a backseat to no one when you look at my record of standing up and fighting for progressive values.
Last month in Ohio, you said you plead guilty to, quote, being kind of moderate and center. Do you change your political identity based on who you're talking to?
No, I think that, like most people that I know, I have a range of views, but they are rooted in my values and my experience.
I get accused of being kind of moderate, center. I plead guilty.
Just for the record, are you a progressive or are you a moderate?
I'm a progressive.
Going through the emails, there were over 60,000 in total sent and received. About half were work-related and went to the State Department, and about half were personal, that were not in any way related to my work.
When you speak to the public, you say, I turn over everything. That's, for the most part, a direct quote. When you talk to the public, you say, I turn over everything.
90 to 95% of my work-related emails were in the state system. If they wanted to see them, they would certainly have been able to.
You know what? That is maybe the 10th time you have cited that figure today.
It is.
And I have not heard anyone other than you ever cite that figure. Who told you that 90 to 95% of your emails were in the State Department system? Who told you that?
We learned that from the State Department in their analysis of the emails that were already on the system.
The Inspector General report found that less than 1% of State Department emails, record emails, were captured. So they give a number of less than 1%, and you give a number of 90%.
I have absolute confidence that everything that could be in any way connected to work is now in the possession of the State Department.
This pile represents the emails that you sent or received about Libya in 2011, from February through December of 2011. This pile represents the emails you sent or received from early 2012 until the day of the attack. There are 795 emails in this pile. We've counted them. There are 67 emails in this pile in 2012. And I'm troubled by what I see here. I can only conclude by your own records that there was a lack of interest in Libya in 2012.
The server contains personal communications from my husband and me.
Only time I got on the internet, I did 2 emails, and I ordered Christmas presents from a reservation. Otherwise, I found people said embarrassing things on emails. I didn't want to be one of them.
I mean, and how many angels dance on the head of the pin? I have really nothing to. I mean, how do you answer that?
I represented Wall Street as a senator from New York, and I went to Wall Street in December of 2007, before the big crash that we had, and I basically said, cut it out. Quit foreclosing on homes. Quit engaging in these kinds of speculative behaviors.
Now, who's exactly to blame for the housing crisis? I think there's plenty of blame to go around. Home buyers who paid extra fees to avoid documenting their income should have known they were getting in over their heads.
Of course we have to deal with the problem that the banks are still too big to fail. We can never let the American taxpayer and middle-class families ever have to bail out the kind of speculative behavior that we saw. But we also have to worry about some of the other players. AIG, a big insurance company, Lehman Brothers, an investment bank. There's this whole area called shadow banking. That's where the experts tell me the next potential problem could come from. So I'm with both Senator Sanders and Governor O'Malley in putting a lot of attention onto the banks. And the plan that I have put forward would actually empower regulators to break up big banks. I represented New York, and I represented New York on 9/11. When we were attacked, where were we attacked? We were attacked in downtown Manhattan, where Wall Street is. I did spend a whole lot of time and effort helping them rebuild. That was good for New York, it was good for the economy, and it was a way to rebuke the terrorists who had attacked our country.
9/11 was bad.
I agree with that.
Time and time again, you hear one thing in speeches, and then you see a campaign that has the worst kind of tactics, reminiscent of the same sort of Republican attacks on Democrats. Well, I am here to say that it is not only wrong, but it is undermining core democratic principles. Since when do Democrats attack one another on universal health care?
I've looked at the legislation that Senator Sanders has proposed, and basically he does eliminate the Affordable Care Act, eliminates private insurance, eliminates Medicare, eliminates Medicaid, TRICARE, Children's Health Insurance Program.
Just because Senator Obama chose not to present a universal health care plan does not give him the right to attack me because I did. So let's have a real campaign. Enough with the speeches and the big rallies and then using tactics that are right out of Karl Rove's playbook. This is wrong, and every Democrat should be outraged. The Democratic Party in the United States worked since Harry Truman to get the Affordable Care Act passed. So shame on you, Barack Obama. It is time you ran a campaign consistent with your messages in public.
Hillary Clinton's attempt to tout her foreign policy experience pounded her again on the campaign trail today.
I made a mistake in describing it.
She claimed she misspoke last week and was sleep deprived when she described landing under sniper fire in Tuzla, Bosnia, something that didn't happen. But CBS News has found several times in the past few months when Senator Clinton used the Bosnia trip to try to show her international experience. December in Iowa.
We landed in one of those corkscrew landings and ran out because they said there might be sniper fire. I don't remember anybody offering me tea on the tarmac when that was happening.
Then in February,
the welcoming ceremony had to be moved inside because of sniper fire.
And last week,
I remember landing under sniper fire. We basically were told to run to our cars. Now that is what happened.
Just in response to the trip to Bosnia, and I'm wondering if you could clarify. I know you recall, ducking under sniper fire, and Sinbad, in his account, who was on the trip, he said that the most dangerous part was remembering where he was going to eat next.
He's a comedian. He's a comedian.
So do you actually recall, hearing gunfire? And
when we were flying into Bosnia, we came in a evasive maneuver. There was no greeting ceremony, and we basically were told to run to our cars. Now that is what happened.
After CBS CBS News video showed what really happened when she landed and greeted officials, Senator Clinton maintained there were risks, but explained to the Philadelphia Daily News why she was seen on the Bosnian tarmac greeting a young child if it was really so dangerous.
I was also told that the greeting ceremony had been moved away from the tarmac, but that there was this 8-year-old girl, and I said, well, I can't rush by her. I've got to at least greet her. So I greeted her, I took her stuff, and I left. Now that's my memory.
Once again, her memory doesn't match our videotape. She and her daughter Chelsea lingered on the tarmac to greet U.S. military officials. Took photos. There was the group of 7th graders on the tarmac too. And then Senator Clinton walked to the armored vehicle where she did eventually duck and enter.
It was one of the highlights of President Clinton's first term, passage of the North American Free Trade Agreement, also known as NAFTA. Critics blame NAFTA for the loss of manufacturing jobs in industrial states including Ohio and Pennsylvania. Hillary Clinton helped get NAFTA approved. She held at least 5 meetings to strategize about how to win congressional approval. She helped the White House block opposition from labor and environmental groups, and she was the featured speaker at a crucial meeting. Participants in that event said, quote, her remarks were totally pro-NAFTA. There was no equivocation for her support for NAFTA at the time.
Oh, feel the burn, baby. Oh, Bernie Sanders, oh yeah. Oh, give it the Susan Sarandon. Susan Sarandon. Susan Sarandon is going to hell. My feminist friends all say so. Susan Sarandon is going to hell. My feminist friends all say so.
That has been tried.
two kinds of memes in this world. There's the dank and the stank. Hillary's memes are the stanky kind. Bernie Sanders has all the dankest memes. And all the Bernie bros cannot be out-memed. Oh, Hillary, why are your memes so stank? And one day Bernie's memes will be in the White House, or else it'll be Donald Trump. Oh, but what will become of Hillary's memes? They will be buried